I call on Deputy Micheál Martin on behalf of Fianna Fáil.
Thank you, Ceann Comhairle. Taoiseach, I don't know whether you saw last night's prime time, which revealed a very serious analysis from Tony O'Connell, former National Director of Acute Hospitals, in relation to the appalling situation within our emergency departments and in relation to delayed discharges. That analysis was written on the 8th of September, a month before the budget, and he has some very telling things to say. And I quote, he says, "From a quality and safety perspective, the situation is unacceptable. Frail elderly patients risk nosocomial infections, falls, pressure ulcers and medication errors." And it goes on to say that in terms of lengthening waiting lists and emergency department overcrowding, he says both of these phenomena risk patient safety, delayed treatment for patients needing surgery and increased mortality for patients blocked in their transit through emergency departments. And he went on to say that the solution is adequate funding of the social care sector. The 2015 estimates bid appropriately seeks additional funding for social care to address shortfalls in current funding levels. Now, the Minister was asked this morning about this, and of course in his usual detached commentator approach, and in a common refrain now from the Minister, he simply said, "This isn't new to me, and actually it is going to get worse," is what he said this morning. That's his response to this. It's going to get worse. So there's going to be more people at increased risk of dying in our hospitals before you decide to get to grips with it. And you've been warned about this all along, Taoiseach. From last June in 2014, the government had been warned about delayed discharges, the appalling cuts in the Fair Deal scheme, the fact that in terms of Fair Deal you have twice as many people now waiting, 3 times as long if you compare February 2014 to February 2015, and the trolleys have gone through, the people waiting on trolleys have gone through the roof again. Now, the fundamental point is this, Taoiseach, that you had choices in the budget last October. You allocated 600 million to reduce taxation.
Question, please. Thank you.
At the same time, you were asked to provide about 200 million to this specific area to deal with these risks to patient safety, to increased mortality, to the risk of more people dying. And you gave about 12% of what was asked by the HSE. You gave 25 million. And 2 months into this year, all that can be said now is that it's going to get worse. Do you accept, Taoiseach, that you did not provide adequate funding in the budget to deal with this situation and to ensure that elderly people wouldn't have to go through what they have gone through in the last number of months and are continuing to go through?
Thank you. Taoiseach.